Nick, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. I'm getting a lot of questions from members and online clients, so I figured I'd make a video series to answer some of the most popular questions. The videos will come from the gym if I need to show you some equipment or some training techniques. Some of the other videos will be from, like this one, sitting on my butt, so it kind of depends whatever the topic is. So the first one I wanted to cover today was people ask, how do I get tight arms? How do I get flat abs? How do I get a tight booty? So really, all those issues, like maybe like flabby body parts, those issues are fixed through nutrition, not really through training. So you can do resistance training, and it is a part of it, but nutrition is by far the more important part. So that's where you're going to get the most results. So I tell people pretty often is you can't out-train a bad diet. So you got to get the diet in place first, and then you'll get the results from the training. So the first thing you want to do nutrition-wise is to increase your protein intake. So protein kind of helps with body composition. It kind of fills out the muscles, gives you like a harder look. And then also when people increase their protein, they tend to automatically decrease their carbs and fats. It's because people are used to a certain volume of food at each meal. So if you're increasing the percentage of calories coming from protein, they're going to automatically reduce the percentage of calories coming from carbs and fats. So the protein sources you want to focus on are lean meats, and also you can take in, when I look away from you guys because I'm looking at my computer, but you want to focus on lean meats and also some dairy products. You can do lean or low sugar dairy products, so something like cottage cheese, for example. But basically, you want to try to take in protein every single meal. The exact amount of protein that each person needs differs a little bit depending on their activity level. So a general recommendation you'll hear is 1 gram to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight for people who do resistance training maybe 3 or 4 times a week. So really that can get kind of complicated if you're trying to figure out the exact amount of grams every single day. So usually the recommendation I give people is just eat more. So whatever you're doing right now, just do more of it. So if you're not taking protein every single meal, you want to start doing that. Try to have some form of protein every meal. I got to switch arms real quick. My arm's going numb. But you want to try to take in some source of protein every single meal. And then from there, you just kind of judge it how you feel. So if you feel like you're not recovering well from your workouts, just try to eat a little bit more and go from there. If you want to count out the actual grams, that's perfectly fine. So like I said, a general recommendation is about 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So once you increase your protein, you want to then focus on reducing your sugars. So sugar really doesn't do much benefit in the body. So you want to kind of reduce that, get rid of that. So if you're drinking your sugars, say from sweet tea or from soda, you want to get rid of that immediately. The other thing that people take in sugar from is from milk. So if somebody's having 3 or 4 glasses a day, it's going to add up to a lot of sugar. It's going to add up to a lot of sugar. So you want to reduce that as best as you can. The other sources of sugar that people usually come across is fruit. So fruit is sugar. So if you drink a lot of fruit juice, that's just drinking a lot of sugar. So you want to try to reduce your fruit. If you're worried about vitamins and minerals, just take a multivitamin supplement. That'll help in case you're worried about having any deficiencies. But those are the 2 biggest things you want to do is you want to increase your protein and you want to reduce your sugar. From there, the things you want to change is with resistance training is to focus on fast-paced workouts. So you want to add techniques like giant sets, supersets, drop sets. If you don't know what any of those are, you can Google them. But giant set, the other one is superset, and the other one is drop set. But what those do is they increase the amount of work you do without increasing the amount of time. So those things are called intensity techniques. They're techniques to increase your intensity. So what you want to do is basically you're trying to get more work done, more calories burned in the same amount of time you normally spend in the gym. So there's no need to be in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's too long. So really 40 minutes to 60 minutes should be enough time to get in a full, complete workout. So you can use those techniques. And what they are is like giant sets and supersets. They're performing exercises just back to back. So really no break in between them. So that increases the amount of calories you're going to burn because you have less rest period. And then a technique like drop set is where you take a weight to failure, and then you drop the weight by about 10 to 20%, and you continue to failure again immediately. No break in between. So again, it's the same kind of concept. It just increases the amount of work you do without increasing the amount of time spent in the gym. But those techniques will help a lot in terms of burning more calories. So the other thing is you want to focus on resistance training more so than cardio. With resistance training, you're going to burn a lot of calories when you do it properly and you take short breaks. And then the other benefit is you're going to cause muscle damage. With increased muscle damage, it increases your metabolism until that muscles are fixed. So if it takes a day or two for your body to fix the muscle damage, your metabolism is going to be increased for that period of time. Whereas with cardio, especially something like steady state cardio, where you're on a treadmill and you just walk for, say, 30 minutes at 3 miles an hour. So basically whenever you get off the treadmill, you're going to stop burning calories. So you have no like post-workout or post-training benefit. Whereas with resistance training, you do get a benefit with the muscle damage. So you want to try to focus more on resistance training rather than cardio. And finally, the last thing with resistance training is quality is more important than quantity. So you want to try to do 1 or 2 really good sets rather than trying to do 4 or 5 kind of half-effort ones. So you want to focus on getting a good squeeze in the muscle and try to make sure the form is nice and perfect, nice and clean, so you don't get any injuries. So, but just keeping a fast-paced workout and focusing on quality is going to help a lot. So again, if your question is how do I get flat abs, how do I get tight arms, how do I get a tight booty, focus on nutrition. You want to increase your protein, reduce your sugars, and then focus on resistance training from there, and focus on fast-paced workout with high amount of quality. So making sure you're doing things right and taking your time and squeezing the muscle. So this is video number 1. Hopefully you guys find it helpful. If you have any questions or you want to suggest any topics, you can email me at brutalirongym@gmail.com, or you can visit our website at www.brutalirongym.com, and you can submit a question right from the website. Okay, hopefully you guys find this helpful. Thank you.